presentation is about two poems. One titled Sex Without Love by Sharon Olds, and the other titled My Mistress's Eyes Is Nothing Like the Sun, written by William Shakespeare. Now, the first poem, Sex Without Love, one, just by reading the poem, would misunderstand the poem, would think that they met or is about two people who meet and fulfill their needs, and that's it. By the question she asks, as in, why do people do it? How is it possible for one to have sex without love being present? But if one goes to the poet's bio and reads a little bit about her, she was abused when she was a little girl. Now, knowing this, one would have a different perspective about this poem. One will understand where she's coming from. Why is she so surprised and confused? And one would understand basically where she's coming from. Now, this other poem I would like to present for you is one by William Shakespeare, which is titled My Mistress's Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun. Now, one would think, just by the poem, again, would think that he's talking about a lover, because one defines mistress as a woman who's getting with a married man. But in this case, no. In this case, she is the love of his life, his wife. And throughout the poem, he describes her. He describes her hair. He describes her eyes, her lips, and all. And what's so amazing about this poem is that he doesn't have to basically pretend or fantasize or exaggerate about the love that he has towards her. And basically, he really loves her to where he just has to be sincere. For example, one line is about her hair. He talks about her hair being wires and on her head and all. He is just being sincere. One would think that he's insulting her, but he's not. He's basically telling and describing that even though she's this and that, and even though she has this and has this and that, to him, she's perfect to him. He doesn't have to sugarcoat anything. Now, these two poems both have to do with being realistic. One has, by Sharon Olds, her poem is about her personal experience, reality. How can people do such a thing? And the other one is actually about love, but the beautiful side of love, when one doesn't have to pretend or exaggerate or be so poetic and sentimental and emotional. He basically says it as it is. So these are the two poems that I wrote about in my paper. And now you know another angle of both of the poems.